Good afternoon and welcome to Páirc Uí Rinn. This is surely one big day for hurling. Both the Munster Senior B and the Senior A, which is the Happy Cup. The Senior B, they will be playing for a cup in the memory of one great man, Tom Collum. Up to our right, we've got the Hamilton High School from Bandon, affectionately known in their neck of the woods as Hammies. Their team on the match programme for this particular afternoon, and remember they won this championship back in 1993. Owen Walsh from Rochestown is their goalkeeper. The full back line, Jonathan Keneally from Valley Rovers, Tim Cowie from Bandon, and Bill Donegan from the same club captained the team from the left corner back position. The half back line, Darragh O'Shea, Valley Rovers, Sean Sexton, Kilbrittain, and Owen Collins, Rochestown. Adam Keneally from Valley Rovers and Mark Hickey, Kilbrittain. They certainly form a formidable outfit in the middle of the park. The half forward line, Eddie Keneally, Rochestown, Bill Murphy from the Donnies Club deep in West Cork, and Dan O'Donovan in the road further from St Mary's. The inside line, Keane McCarthy, a Cork minor player from Oliver Plunkett's, Mark O'Leary from Valley Rovers, and Fionn Hurling, another from the Donnies Club. They make up the 15. The substitutes today, Sean Daly from the Landlow Club, Owen McSweeney from Bandon, Brian Dowling from the Oliver Plunkett's Club, Conor Tanny from Valley Rovers, David Curtin St Mary's, Alan O'Leary from the same club, Brian McCarthy likewise, Collum Sheehan comes from Kilbrittain, Charlie Long Bandon, Brian Hoey Valley Rovers, Harry Lennis Bandon, Conor Toomey Bandon, Richard O'Sullivan Rochestown, Cathal Lynch comes from Bandon, and Kevin Connolly comes from the Ballinhassig Club in the southeast. St Francis College in Rochestown, this is another big occasion for them, and a bit like Hamilton, they are a club that promote hurling and football equally. Their team today will be made up of clubs, quite a number of them from around their area. Jack McCarthy from St Finbarrs is their goalkeeper. The full back line, Kevin McSweeney Douglas, Dylan Murphy from the same club, and from Ballygavin we've Sean Brady. Joe O'Connell from Douglas, Keane McCarthy Blackrock, and Brian O'Neill from Douglas is the team captain. Stephen Finton and Nathan O'Connell, Stephen from Ballygavin, Nathan from across the water in Cove. The half forward line, Alan Connolly Blackrock, Pierce O'Halloran Ballygavin, and Adam Hennessy from Blackrock. The inside line from the Southeast Club Shamrocks gives us Sean Andrews, Conor Russell, who is a seriously accomplished Gaelic footballer as well, comes from Douglas, and Paul O'Riordan from Tracton. The people on the point seating at the start, and obviously they will play a big role as the game goes on. We've Carol O'Neill from Douglas, Alan O'Hare from the same club, Ray O'Halloran from Ballygavin, Sean Harrington from Passage, and Cormac Dowd from Ballygavin Club, Dara O'Brodick from Carrigaline, Aaron Sheehy from Douglas, Fionn Sheehan from the same club, and likewise Alan Cantwell from Blackrock. We've got Peter Linehan. The number 26, 27 and 28 are filled by Owen O'Mahony from Blackrock, Brian Joyce from Nemo Rangers, and Adam O'Callaghan from St Finbarrs. Of course, I should have mentioned when we were talking about the Hamilton team that their backroom staff on this occasion, Aidan O'Donoghue, a past pupil at the school, Tiernan O'Driscoll and Colm Crowley, while for the Rochestown team, Alan Cadigan, the Cork senior hurler and no mean footballer either, is on the line. It is Paul O'Reilly, Mark Dolan, Humphrey Canty, and Diarmaid Fahy. Simply they're the teams that they take their place, and of course this will be a seriously competitive side. Both have been impressive in their run up to the final, trying to pick a favourite on this occasion. It is so close that we leave that to the players on the pitch to decide. Whilst the Rato is about to get this one underway, it's the Tom Collum Cup final, Munster Post Primary School Senior B Hurling Championship final, and the teams line up as they were selected on the programme. A bit of an unusual scenario here where the half forward line for Rochestown are practically, and full forward line are all out, and they're operating one man up front. When they got possession, and Nathan O'Connell has it. O'Connell drills it inside. Obviously there's a ploy here, and it gets in as far as Alan Connolly, who's gone into the full line. Connolly's moving forward, good play by him. He's going for an early score here until he's on his way, and a good bit of this intercepting, and then it's in the back of the net. And let me tell you now, this was one unbelievable move that Alan Connolly stood inside the full forward line on his own. He was marked there by Tim Cowie, and the whole of the other two guys inside the full forward line, Sean Andrews and Paul Tracton, came out. The slither was won by Nathan O'Connell. He sent it straight in. And I wonder, is that the coaching? Did that come from the coaching manual? Anyway, I want to start by Rochestown, and they're on the way once again now. It's Sean Andrews that has it. He's 45 metres out. The hand went in over the shoulder there from Sean Sexton. The referee blows the whistle, and the free is going to be in. What a start to the match, and that goal coming after, I'd say, about 10-15 seconds of the game, and it finished brilliantly to the back of the net on that occasion by Alan Connolly, getting the opening score of the game. We wait for for this free to be taken. Rochestown will be so pleased about this. Conley's coming out to take it once again. Will this be the start that he will dream of? Or sorry, did he dream of it, I wonder? And I'd be more interested in finding out, was this planned? I think the wind may be in their favour at the moment, and this free, which is 55 metres out from the goal down to our left, the city goal here in Páirc Uí Rinn, a beautiful surface, and it's struck by him, and is it going to stay between the posts? I wonder. The answer is yes, over the bar it goes. So Conley has started this game rather brightly, a goal and a point as Rochestown stamped down a comedy on it, and early on at least it is Rochestown who are looking good. No doubt about it. Hammies will get their act together. The long puck out to the far side of the field over there. Where's it going to break? Close to the sideline, and again Rochestown have it back, and it comes as far as Collum who's operating deep out. He tries to play it into the corner. There's a race going on here, and maybe Andrews could get on it once again. He'll be backed by Jonathan Keneally. He pokes the ball out and he comes out as far as Conley once again. He strikes it off his left. Can he get this one over the bar? It's the first wide of the occasion for Rochestown College, and after what have we got, 2 minutes on the scoreboard and getting ready to take puck out. That's without doubt Olin Walsh, who was the busier of the two keepers thus far in this game with the early stages of the game. As we watch where this puck out will land, the last one kind of went down on top of the left hand side of the half forward line. He may be heading in the same direction on this occasion, and that time I noticed one of the Rochestown players decided to stay down. There's a batting down operation going on very close to the sideline there. Can it be kept in play? It can out over the line, and I think this ball is going to go the way of Hamilton High School. The linesman indicating that from the sideline on the Boreen side of the pitch here in Páirc Uí Rinn. And what is beautiful day for hurling, it must be said, as we watch this sideline cut. Nicely taken too it is. Can they make a bit of progress for it? A little bit of a pop went down there, a little bit of an overhead carry, and maybe Hamilton can get the slither inside, stalemate situation. The ref looking on, and the slither break out and out over the line. The sideline official there, and the linesman indicated this is going to be a line ball to Hamilton High School, and the last one that was taken, it went a good enough distance. They'll be hoping maybe for a little bit more. It's Adam Keneally standing over this one, and Keneally take it is between the 45 and 65. He got a good bit of distance in the first one that he took, and this one didn't go as far. But and again, one of these scrum situations developing. They're probably more in line with the pitch that's behind us here, belong to Cork Constitution, where we watched some of the training earlier on, where there was a ratio of 1 coach to 3 participants. No, they have it, and Hamilton around the move. Can they get it inside? I wonder. It comes as far as John Hurley. He plays it out, not Phil Hurley, I think it was Mark O'Leary, and then the slipper is coming. Can they get over the bar for the opening score of the game? I wonder is in around the goal area. And this is an opportunity for Hamilton. Some good defending going on by Rochestown as well. And the ball is being worked in there, but the goalkeeper comes out. He's going to gather this one, and Jack McCarthy lets the slip fall from his hand, but he may poke it again. He's still being put under pressure by 3 Hamilton players now. One of them wins it back, and that's Mark O'Leary. O'Leary over by the corner there, and the slither is poked out here. An opportunity now, and it could come all the way to right back to Dan O'Shea. Good work on this guy, as well as a good footballer. It falls from him on that occasion, and going back to try and clear his line is Adam Hennessy, I think it is, and it is Hennessy from Blackrock. He stepped out over the line to close the sideline there. Well, it did go over the line. The shoulder charge went in, and the linesman indicated that this is going to be line ball. Hamilton have recovered well, conceding a goal and a pile earlier on to Alan Connolly from the goal, and then a free by the same player. Now it's Dan O'Shea who's coming to take this one. It's a sideline cut on the opposite side to the 2 they've got already. It's about 30 metres out. Nice little stroking towards the inside line. But again, Rochestown defence is coming way good, and it's cleared out. The player that does it is Keane McCarthy. He's from the Blackrock Club. Drops it out there, and a run on here where it's taken by Conor Russell. Russell trying to move forward with it. The slitter's taken away from him, and this is good recovery here by Sean Sexton. Sexton on the move. He's come to the 45 metre line, and he lays it off beautifully, but he just overran a little bit, and the referee spotted the difference. But there, a foul has been committed on Kevin McSweeney. The free will be out. The ref just saying to settle it down a little bit. Certainly the early indications are here that Rochestown are well up for this one. The first yellow card of the day has been shown to Sean Sexton from the Kilbritton Club. Now, to take this free with Keane McCarthy. Strikes it. He decides to go down into the corner. You would imagine this is a bit of a ply. And to take it there, Rochestown have it once again. And who has it done other than Connolly? And Connolly strikes from the opposite side that he normally operates on. This time he gets a wide ball, and that is his second wide in the match. Not that he would want us to be reminding you of those particular statistics. Anyway, getting ready to restart proceedings here in Páirc Uí Rinn. Notice that Owen Walsh give you a little indication maybe that he'd go this side of the field, and that he does. Broken down here, very close to the sideline here. What did the linesman say? The linesman indicated that there's going to be a line ball to Hamilton from more or less in the middle of the pitch. And coming here to take this one. Right underneath us, it is Mark Hickey from the Kilbritton club. Mark Hickey, he now leaves it behind where he calls him team captain Ben Donegan. Ben looking for a bit of a divot. And well, he's had enough to get him here on this particular day. But anyhow, Ben strikes it low and it goes out over this left sideline again. This is the 5th line ball of the game and we're 6 minutes in. Dylan Murphy from Douglas is going to try his skill. Now it's difficult enough to take a sideline cut because the ground is rather bare here, to be fair. And we'll see what's going to happen. Yeah, not the best of line balls, and I would imagine the ground is a contributing factor. Hamilton have it back, and it's Owen Collins who pokes it into the corner and trying to find Fionn Hurley from the Dawneys club. Fionn Hurley gets inside as Hurley moves forward. Can he get a stroke on it? I wonder. He's still moving forward, and does he get the opening score? No, it's a wide rather than a point, so a wide from Fionn Hurley. From, as I said, the Dawneys club operating at corner forward, an absolutely outstanding Gaelic football as well. The puck goes on this way. And Jack McCarthy drive it beyond midfield. Who's going to get on their hand at the end of this one? Trying to get it there was Pearse O'Halloran. It didn't work out for Pearse on that occasion, but a bit of interception. And going back down to clear his line is Darragh O'Shea. Darragh O'Shea gathers it. The hand pass could be off. It is tough too as far as Sean Sexton. Sexton trying to work his way out. The second hand pass for him. And then the delivery inside all the way from Adam Keneally. Dropping in towards the inside line. And going back there to get the slip open to the hand. Now, it's hard to get possession here, but the no comes here, and it is Bill Murphy, and Bill Murphy on the Dawneys. Does he strike it aside? He does, and he gets the opening score. It's the first Dawneys man to get his point, and it must have find, I would imagine, for quite a while. So Bill Murphy opens the Hamilton High School account with a point in the 8th minute. They'll be pleased about that. It could be the catalyst to get them back into this game. Oh, what a great catch there by Pearse O'Halloran from Ballygallon. Pearse falls to the ground, but there's somebody to gather slither from him, and that's driven inside. A lovely delivery in and into the corner there. Danger man trying to get it in, and this is an opportunity here. Can it be flicked over the bar? And the answer is a good score indeed. And I think the player that got that was Sean Andrews. It is indeed Sean Andrews. He gets it. And Sean Andrews, a wonderful point, because Will walked inside as well. Now would have had Stephen Finton was involved in it, so Sean Andrews getting a point, and that means that there's 1-2 now to a point. That score coming 9 minutes in. Up out the side of the field here. Breaking ball, very close to sideline, and it's worked for the sideline man once again. 6-line cut. Dylan Murphy, I think, is going to take this one, and he's just looked behind him there, see whether there's an opportunity. And I noticed that Hamilton playing a kind of a sweeper back there to maybe curb the influence of some of those potent attackers that line out for St. Francis College and Rochestown on the south side of Cork City. And lovely clearance there by Eddie Keneally. He moves it forward. And Eddie Keneally operating above now and getting it is Keane McCarthy. Captain drills it down the field straight into the hands to his centre half forward Pearse O'Halloran. Pearse O'Halloran gives it to Conor Russell. Conor Russell lets rip, and in this occasion it is wide number 3 rather than point number 3. So the White tally is 3-1. The scoreboard says 1-2 a point, and we wait for the restart. And man pick it up there all on his own, and that's Owen Collins. Collins drills it forward. He's dropping inside of the full forward line, but again working back, and he's doing good work with Stephen Finton. Finton moving forward now. These are all the Blackrock player, not Blackrock player, my apologies, Rochestown players. Where a big delivery inside, and this will go over the bar. It's gone off for a no, it's kept in play by Owen Walsh. And Walsh works it out, and they've gone it back to Ben Donegan. Ben Donegan, the far side of the field there, where it's taken, and the man that takes it is Owen Collins. Owen Collins repeat down, breaking ball, but running out, but there may be an opportunity for Eddie Keneally, and Eddie Keneally strikes it. Unfortunately for Eddie, it goes out for a wide ball, so they've got 2 wides. Now the atmosphere building here in Park Lorraine, and of course later on in the afternoon the Happy Cup final between Middleton CBS and Christian Brothers College from Sydney Hill in the north side of Cork City. But anyway, the race going on here, and this could be an opportunity now for the Rochestown men. Adam Hennessy coming in, he's trying to make an angle for himself, and he strikes the referee. He had the hand up and it comes off the post. I'm sure there's going to be a free in there. As Adam Hennessy, to be fair to him, he kept going. He struck it, it came off the woodwork or metalwork or whatever is down there on those posts, and it's going to be a free in. And I would imagine it may be that the free taker will take this one could be Alan Conley, who's got a goal and a point so far in this match. I know there's a bit of a we'll check in a minute, a bit of an atmosphere developing here on the stand and the rival supporters out there. But anyway, we'll watch here and we'll keep an eye on the free taker and the fourth hen. Yes, and this is an opportunity now as he strikes it. And does he get it over the bar? And the answer is yes. And that is a second point from him as Alan Conley, who will remember, as I said, the opening stage of this one. And Mr. Canty from Rochestown College, of course, from Rochestown originally must be in the water bed. It's 1-3 to a point. Let's go going 12 minutes into the opening half. And again it goes out over the line, and judging by the almost not, you cling on. And there's an opportunity now, maybe Hamilton get a score here. It's dropping in around the goal area. The goalkeeper comes out, there's an opportunity here, and pokes it close. The back of the net, and it goes out for the right ball after all of that. Despite good effort by Phil Hurling and Mark O'Leary, but they won't be able to get it over the line, and the score remains 1-3 to a point. Poker's on his way. Who's going to make the run over there to gather it, wonder? And I'll tell you something, that's a good grab by Pierce O'Halloran. Halloran moving forward, a strong operator, supporting player is Nathan O'Connell, the Coleman, who's sitting in the ball for the early goal. He plays inside, he overhit it, and it's going to be cleared out by Hamilton and Ben Donegan, who's doing a good job down there in the left corner back sweeper role, if you like. And he gives it up now as far as Dan O'Donovan. Dan O'Donovan strikes it inside, and he gives it down to Keneally. Keneally walks it in the inside line, the danger line. They want to get in there maybe a little quicker, but it's cut off once again by Brian O'Neill, the team captain. Brian O'Neill gives it to his midfielder Stephen Fenton, and Fenton lets it rip down the pitch again. Donegan is underneath it. Donegan grab it. He's the player when he's in the sweeper role now, and he whips it. He comes to first 45. The referee spotted that there was a bit of a clatter on him, and that means that they will be free for Hamilton High, and we'll check on the free take in a minute. As the water staff, refreshment staff arriving on the pitch in the early stages, as those supporters they're starting their sing-song to the goal to all right. Anyway, taking this free zone, Collins between his own 45 and 65. Remember, striking against the wind, it's a little bit high, so it'll probably drop on the 20-metre line. That it does. Oh, they're almost caught there, but it breaks off the hand there of Mark O'Leary, and Rochestown trying to work the slit round very close to sideline over there, and it's the 8th sideline cut. This time it's going to be from the 20-metre line. The scoreboard 1-3 to a point. Of course, the glory stopped after 10 seconds of the game when the ply by Rochestown worked superbly. Creating a man that was just a creative situation where they just one player inside the full forward line worked well for the stop. Now the sideline cut. Hamilton will be hoping that something will come from this one. And again, the strike here, the sideline probably a little bit challenging today, but they've got it back and the player has it, Mark Hickey, and Hickey does he send it over the bar. We wait for an indication. It's pub wide. And there it goes into the hand, broken down, and Nathan O'Connell, I think, is the player that has it. O'Connell moving forward, being well back. There must be still there now with Sean Sexton. And again, we have another sideline cut there, rather popular here today in the Munster Post-Primary School Senior B Hurling Final. And the Tom Collum Cup, who gave years of service, a former Gordon, when he got involved in education administration. He was so devoted to it, absolutely one of the most popular people in terms of that particular sport. A couple of years ago, sadly he passed away, and he was a huge loss to anybody that knew the man. Today though, he'd be happy, I would imagine, that there was a cup in his memory, and it's his favourite sport of hurling that's been on it, but it's now Fionn Hurley that's coming forward with it, and Fionn Hurley, and Fionn dropping that one in there towards the goal, and it is kept in play as he tries to get it out. Fionn Hurley, and it now comes as far as Dylan Murphy out the field towards Adam Hennessy, but can he get on it? Oh, nice play there, it must be said by Adam Keneally, and Adam Keneally give it to Ben Murphy strikes it inside, and this time it will drop off. It's wide number 4 for Hamilton. They have adequate possession. Unfortunately, the shooting is a little bit off radar. It's 4 wides to 3 after 15 minutes, a goal and 3 to a point in favour of the South City side. Now, again, ball breaking down kindly in the hands of Owen Collins. Collins drill it inside, waiting for an inside man, and it's very better towards Fionn Hurley. Hurley tries to strike it in, locked down, illegally called it to the return, and that means that there's going to be a free and an opportunity here. Perfect opportunity must be said, even though the wind could be a factor, that makes it a little bit tricky, but I would imagine the free taker on this occasion, Adam Keneally should, not Adam Keneally, my apologies, that Mark Hickey should put this one over the bar. For Hamilton, can he get their second point of the game? And the answer is yes. So they're scoring in the 16th minute, and Bill Murphy getting their first score in the 8th minute. So now Kiki will be pleased that he has found the target and he's up and running in the scoring stakes. Going beyond the 65-metre line, hands go up to, and it comes down to Owen Collins, who's having a really good game in the left half-back position, and he plays it up there. Now can it be Hurley here on his direct marker, Brian O'Neill, and it's Hurley for the second time. Brian Hurley, or Fionn Hurley, uncle is Brian Hurley, who I think is watching the match from some position here today. And of course, for those of you who will be forward down around the Dorneys area would know his grandfather, Dr. Michael Hurley, who's looking in from the great stadium in the sky as we watch this free to be taken here by Mark Hickey again. He's got an opportunity, can he get the third point to make it a 1-goal match? And Mark Hickey strikes it, and that one is going over the bar, his second, and we now have a situation where it's 1-3 to 3 points. That's scored coming after 17 minutes, so 2 Mark Hickey pointed frees. Now, the slip comes into the hands of Nathan O'Connell. O'Connell drilling up the field. Hamilton have read the tea leaves a lot better since that early goal, and I think they're not going to be caught again like they were caught earlier on. Now, coming out with it, and powerful run. I think it's been Donegan, and Donegan giving now as far as Darrow Donovan, and Donovan moving to the centre forward man, Bill Murphy. Bill Murphy trying to get inside his attacker. Well, once he fouled, the referee says no, he's not closer to it, and a lot more knowledge into it, I would imagine, as Murphy strikes it. Can we get it? Bill Murphy's in around the goal road area, and there's a couple over the back, and that's his second point of the match. Bill Murphy, Hamilton open running. Bill Murphy from the Dorneys club, getting their 4th point, his second, and that's score coming 18 minutes into the match. So they've got the last 3 scores on this occasion, and no, it's Rochestown's opportunity, but they're not finding it as easily to get through that Hamilton defence as they did earlier on. How can they work the Orton here, I wonder? It's their main man, and he gets it out as far as Paul O'Reilly, and Paul O'Reilly from Trackton. He lands it over the bar, and that is a good response. Paul O'Reilly getting that one, and that is their first score in 7 minutes as Paul O'Reilly getting that one over. So now we have a situation where they've pulled back to the goalie once again, 1-4 to 4 points. Game lively up. Certainly Hamilton's defensive strategy working really well. Now the ref calling for the puck out to be taken, and it is. Very close to the sideline over there, and taken into the hands now. Down Donovan moving forward. He strikes from the sideline. 45 would be beautiful to get over the bar. That is a beautiful score for Donovan. Points, so it's 1-4 to 5 points. The margin is down to 2. 19.5 minutes gone. Again, Hamilton winning possession in the middle of the park. Adam Keneally, after the slow start, they're certainly back in business here and playing much better than they were. Well, it's Rochestown played really well at the start, but Hamilton have got their act together, if you like, and they have now won possession, and they're pouring in top of that full forward line. Now, it's Rochestown's turn, if you like, to defend their lines. Out it comes, and straight into the hands here of the waiting Dan O'Shea. O'Shea's moving forward, and the right and the left half back are playing really well. A lovely hook, it must be said, the other hooking been done by Alan Connolly, but it's still Hamilton to drive on. Now, can they, Rochestown College, get it back? Well, they can get it back. Their full back Dylan Murphy there, and it's worked out now by Kevin McSweeney. McSweeney driving down into the corner, hoping they have a change made here where they have moved the Collum Russell in. Russell not able to get that one though, and it's Hamilton through Sean. Sexton gets it out. Sexton gets it out to Bill Murphy, who's a big influence in this game, and Murphy moving forward. It's a big day for the Donnies club, and Murphy strikes it in around the goal mouth area, and it's broken down. Something could come of this. Can his fellow clubmate get it? I wonder. Fiona Hurling, and Hurling's moving out. He has done that, and he will strike it, and he could strike it over the bar. It would be a wonderful point, and it is too. Made by two Donnies players, and Fiona Hurling knocks that one over the bar, and that is a good score. He's got it to 6 points, and the margin is down to 21 minutes gone. Fiona Hurling eventually, after a lot of good work on that inside line, in terms of he winning possession, he's been fouled on a few occasions, and he's certainly caused a lot of problems for the Rochestown back there. The foul has been committed there on Alan Connolly, which he'd probably take himself from 45 metres out. As we hear down to our right, the Rochestown followers singing Roko Roko. Well, earlier on, they led by 1-3 to a point. They were 5 points to the good. Now it's just one single point. Can that statistic change? I wonder. It's a long distance out, about 47 or 8 metres, and the free taker is Alan Connolly. He's found the target on 2 occasions thus far. I think he's going to get it again. But that's a beautiful score in the stays. Inside and over the bar, and Alan Connolly's point has brought his tally to 1 goal and 3 so far. It's 1-3 to him. It's 1-5 to Rochestown. So it's 1-5 to 6 points. 22 first half, and it's gone. And watch now where he usually goes. Olin was to the left hand side of the half forward line, and that is the situation with him again. And now it's a bit of a stalemate situation. Sometimes that happens, and it's won back though by Owen Collins. What a match he's having. Collins strikes it, but it goes close to the sideline, and it's kept in play. And going back there to get it is Paul O'Reilly. The point man a few minutes ago, he drills it down the field. Again, Hamilton are preventing the free-flowing Rochestown attack from getting through. And as I said earlier on, they have got their ducks in a row in terms of their defensive formation. They have no conceded sideline ball, so maybe Rochestown can get something from this one. 23 minutes gone in the opening half of the Tom Collum Cup final. Coming out to take it is Conor Russell. Conor Russell, he strikes it in, but it's taken out by Adam Keneally, and Keneally now works it out the field. But it's returned again, and maybe now there's an opportunity for Hennessy. Gets it. Hennessy right across here to the young mark Sean Brady, and Sean Brady from Bellygavin. Let's strip it over the bar by him. And that is a good score by Sean Brady. He can go back on that occasion. There'll be question marks maybe about that. But Sean Brady, he won't worry about it. When the Civic game in this direction, he just put it over the bar. He great. 1-6 now to 6 points. Now it's dropping down. And an opportunity here now where it's taken by Conor Russell, and Russell moving forward. Good play by him. And can he get it onto his left hand side? He can get it on, but I think it'll be kept in play there. Some good defending by Olin Walsh, and Olin Walsh trying to get it out. Being put under pressure by Alan Connolly, and but he still works it out, and he gives it to fellow clubman Owen Collins. He played really well, it must be said, and all over the line. And all that pushed down a sideline ball, and the linesman indicating that it's a sideline ball going the way of Hamilton High School. And we've had quite a few of them. We had more of them earlier on. That particular activity seems to have dried up a little bit, and as I said, it's quite difficult to take because of the bareness of the ground. Yeah, and that one is a really lovely cut inside. What a catch, wonderful hurling there, and coming out with it. And that's good defending by Rochestown as they get the slip down the field, and they'll be hoping that maybe something can come from it here. And the player that won that superbly, must be said, was Keane McCarthy. No, Keane McCarthy, this Paul O'Reilly has it, and Paul O'Reilly back as fellas getting a return pass there. Can he get it over the back for his second point in the match? I wonder. The answer is yes. The Tractor Man has got 2, and they've got 4 in a row now. Will this be the widest stage of the match for them, I wonder, as we come to the 25th minute of the game? So they have the last 4 points, the last 3 scores, I should say, in this match, making 1-7 to 6 points. Again, we're over on sideline land, and again, we've gone there for the 12th time this afternoon.
Of the following town is after the move of the league, the 50s, County of Stockton, 151 City, 13306. That's 151 City, 13306.
Now this sideline ball to be taken by Owen Collins, who's had a really impressive first 25 minutes of this match. He strikes this one, he gets good distance into it, low trajectory, yes, but it moves on a little bit. Now it is a situation here where it's won by Keane McCarthy, who's yet really to get into this game, and this man has a huge pedigree, Keane McCarthy, and he lets it outside here now, and we have a strike coming in, and we watch where this one will go. Can it go on the ball, I wonder, and that is the 5th point for Hamilton. The scoreboard says 1-7 to Rochestown, 6 point. No. An unmarked player there in the middle of the park, and the player they got is Stephen Finton. Finton moves it forward now to Sean Brady. Back to Finton once again. I'd imagine he let rip. He will too. And he's trying to drill it down into the corner, and the referee spotted the foul there, which was committed on Sean Andrews. The player that did it was Jonathan Kiley. No, I don't think there was a huge amount in it. I think it was more or less momentum more than anything else. But the referee closer view on it, and from the other side, and he decided that this one was going to be a free. And another challenging one, it must be said, for Alan Connolly, who has got a goal, the only goal after 10 seconds, and now 3 points and frees followed. He'll be hoping that he can arrow this one between the posts, as it is about 44 metres out, 5 or 6 metres in from the sideline. So it is a difficult one, and it's tailing off, and I think it's going to be a wide ball, and that's the 4th wide. So in terms of wide, it's 4 to Rochestown, 5 to Hamilton. This one over that particular scrum. It looked like that Hamilton man may get it up into the hand. Quite difficult to do that, but they did, and it's Keane McCarthy who's come out the field. That's a lovely strike from Keane, right up into the corner now, and but we need back, it must be said, with Brian O'Neill, the team captain. He stepped out over the line though, and now this is a situation where a ball could come across, and I suppose a bit ambitious to expect it to get over the bar. And it's Keane McCarthy, as I said, who moved off in the corner, out further out the field for the past while, and he has an opportunity for this sideline puck, telling exactly where it is, halfway, as you can see, between the 20 and the 45. That is the Rochestown 20 and 45, and that is a good enough strike. So you'd be hoping that somebody inside get a hand in it, and they can too, but unfortunately off the stick there on Mark O'Leary, and that is the 6th wide of the game. The fast puck out, and I was going to say it was caught superbly. Eventually Conor Russell did catch it, and Russell has to get by the referee as well as his marker. He's still moving inside, and then he drills it low inside, but I would imagine this should be cleared up by Jonathan Keneally. Good play by Keneally. Lovely hand pass off to Darragh O'Shea. The Valley Rovers youngsters combine, and it sends up the field where it's taken back now, and over there is Kevin McSweeney from Douglas, and McSweeney giving it shot. Now we'll watch this, the hand passing, the 3 hand passes together, and it's now taken by Stephen Finton. Finton, an opportunity to give it to Pierce O'Halloran, and the referee spotted the ball be foul on the slitter, so that means that we're going to have an opportunity here for Hamilton to drill one last one in. They won't be looking for the fourth official as to how much extra time or injury time that he's going to play at the end of this. On the other side, the free's taken by, well, it was going to be taken, yeah, it was up there to Owen Collins, and he took it quickly enough now. Collins can win it back. And well, he's involved in a tricky bit of defending up there, and he walks it out the field, hoping for a little better return from the long delivery out, whereas Hammies win it back, and they come forward now. Can they get a shot inside? And this one is drilled in and over the bar, and that is a really good score from the player operating at number 8, Adam Keneally, and he would be so pleased about that, because it's their first score in 10 minutes, and Adam Keneally gets that one, and he brings the Hamilton total to 7 points. Just a goal between them, 1-7. to 7 points. That goal score coming in the less than 13th minute. So we're in whatever time the referee decides to head it on. Hamilton have it back, and it's Canadian once again that has it. High score a few minutes ago. Now it's the Plyer, but it's won back by Rochestown. The player that had it for him there, well, walking inside was Stephen Fenton, but good defending, it must be said, and the Hamilton full back line in particular, making sure that there's no easy possession being won there. The ball goes out over the line, and I don't have to tell you that we've quite an amount of that activity. So the sideline cut just outside the 20-metre line, and we'll have to wait until a man, one of the players, replaces the boot. One of the Rochestown players are coming out to take this sideline cut is Connor Russell. It could very well be the final act of the opening half, and if it is, there's a goal separating the sides, and that was that wonderful goal that was scored when Nathan O'Connell from the puck out played the ball into the Alan Conley, who's inside his own. Out is up inside, but the sideline ball will come out, and the referee has blown the half-time whistle. He cost the slipper. Entertaining game of 4 minutes, as I said, just to go between them. Half-time in the Munster Senior B Post Primary School final. Hamilton 7 points, Rochestown College 1 goal and 7. In the second half, and first thing we've got to correct is an error we made earlier on when I credited that first goal to Alan Conley. Alan did most of the work, but the man that got it eventually was Paul Reardon, so apologies to all for that. Well, probably a lot more errors, but we didn't cop. That's the one we caught. Teams out this for the second half, and of course the journey to this particular final in round 1, Hamilton got a bye, but then the next one they played Skullpubble from Roscrea, winning that one very comprehensively, must be said, 326 to 112. Next up it was Public School Trinota from Youghal, Cork game, another Cork scored 21 points to 113, and in the last 16 beating Glanmire comprehensively. The scoreline on that occasion was 322 to 8 points, and the quarter-final scored Trinota from Doon 214 to 111. But we're in action here, and it's Hamilton off the better start, and of course in the semi-final, a big win. Well, not a big win, it was a competitive win because they were beaten by Leicester by National, but they eventually did it. I think it was to 14 points. As we followed the action, we tell you about Rochestown in a minute, but they now have to do a bit of defending, and certainly the way that Hamilton finished the opening half of this game, they certainly have well within their prowess to go on and win this championship. It's going to be a real battle, I would imagine, right down to the end. We'll see what's going to happen here. Hamilton defending right now, and over there is Darragh O'Shea. Darragh O'Shea race going between himself and Connor Russell. It was there. There was 2 on the ground, so the referee says to play on, and the sliotar comes as far as Tim Cowie. And Tim trying to work his way out, and he finds a little bit of support, and away it comes. Lovely skill, it must be said. And I'll bring it to the passing move, and now Bill Donegan has it. Donegan, the team captain, will be hoping to making the victory speech a little bit later on, of course. Brian O'Neill will harbour similar thoughts. And now a bit of aggression early on over there, and the ball got out over the line. I think he came off the stick of Peter Halloran, it would appear, but it wasn't. It got a final touch, and now there's a sideline cut where an opportunity for Rochestown, and we watch this one. It's drilled low right into the corner, and a great race going on here, but eventually it goes out for a wide ball, and we will resume with a puck out for the Rochestown men. They're path to the final. In the first round they defeated Rice College from Ennis on a scoreline of 116 to 11 points. Then in a local derby, not a local derby, the Kinsale Community School would be from near Hamilton High School, St. Francis College 218 to 29 in that all Cork last 16 game. In the quarter final they defeated Abbey CPS 114 to 5 points, and then in the semi-final a really competitive match where they beat Charleville CBS, I think the scoreline 212 to 111 on that occasion. And of course they held up here because of an injury to one of the Rochestown players, so we hope that he will be okay to be able to resume his activity. If none of the Middleton CBS supporters come into the pitch on the far side in preparation for their big out in the Happy Cup, and they certainly will be hoping to go one better than they did last year. Now the Tom Collum Cup, which was played for first back in 2015, was won by St. Joseph's Tulla, and in 2016 it was Abbey CBS with John Coyle in charge, winning it, and in 2017 Hospital from Limerick were the champions, and in 2018 another Cork school up in North Cork, Rochestown CBS. So they are the past 4 winners who will be added to the Roll of Honour. Well, we have to wait a little while longer for that one, just the goal between the sides, 7 to 7 points. Thankfully the player in question picks himself up. I'm sure it's the Connor Russell, looks like Connor, but I may be wrong about that. We'll check in his identity in a minute as he gets in towards the full forward line. Well, that will mean that we'll have a couple of added minutes at the end of it. Now, where the puck out comes again, right towards the middle of the park. And an opportunity here now where Adam Hennessy has it. Adam Hennessy doing defending, and he moves the ball further up to the goal scorer that I missed out on earlier on. Can he move it on here? But it's one back, and the player that has it is Darragh O'Shea. Lovely player by O'Shea. Right up there now where it's taken by Keane McCarthy, and he certainly made a big difference since he came out of the corner, and Keane McCarthy's shot goes into the hands of the other Keane McCarthy, the Blackrock and the Rochestown version. So backs and top early on in this game, and a lovely bit of delivery work there by Tim Cowie as he delivers it down, but only down as far as his opposite number, Dylan Murphy. Murphy running into a little bit of trouble. Well, to be fair, that would be a wrong way to describe it. It's just that there was a lot of aggression supplied by the Hammies lads as they prevented it from clearing his line, and another scrum has developed in Porky Ring. Who's going to come out with this one? The referee has indicated that it's a sideline cut and it's going to be going the way of Hammies. Then we'll see who'll take this one. It could be Keane McCarthy that would be asked to do the business here, and he's trying to find a divot. A rather difficult job if the ground on that side of the pitch is as bare as it is here. So Keane McCarthy striking this one. A sideline cut between the 20 and the 45 metre line. A nice one too, it must be said, but didn't get a huge distance because Dylan Murphy's but up the Hurling he got it and out over the line again. About 15 line balls we've had in this game so far.
Hamilton High School substitution in a caveat, Matt Gollery is replaced by the substitute Owen McSweeney.
So changes have been made where Owen McSweeney comes in and Matt Gollery has to take a break. So Owen McSweeney from the Bandon club is into the side, and he comes in for his opportunity. Now this is one here by Hamilton, and they're on the run again. Surely fall there, but the referee has the whistle up, but he's an opportunity here letting Keane McCarthy run out with it, and Keane McCarthy obliged by slitting that slotting that one over the bar, and that is a good score by him. So Keane McCarthy gets that one over. Now the margin is down to 2 once again. That's going to be the first one of the second half, 5 minutes in, and he brings it to 8 points. Opportunity now for Rochestown College, and the player that has it for them is Pierce O'Halloran working it up, and O'Halloran trying to get possession here, but it's run back, and Bandon again has it. He's had a really good game, the defender and the team captain, and he lets it up the field where it's taken by Dan O'Donnell. A good move by O'Donnell, point in first time, and this time a good bit of defending by Stephen Finton. Finton gets it out, and again running onto it is going to be Keane McCarthy, and McCarthy now giving it as far as Fionn Hurley. Fionn Hurley trying to make an angle, a great run by Hurley, and he strikes it, and this could get over the bar, and that is a really good point. Fionn Hurley is second point on the net. 6 minutes and 2 points in quick succession, and if you take the one before half time, they've got the last 3 points in this match, and we're now to a 1 point game. Bring forward once again, and Hamilton have a real opportunity now of drawing level for the first time in this game, as I said, trailing earlier on from that goal after 10 seconds by Paul O'Riordan. Now he's letting up the field. This is an opportunity maybe for, with a little bit of a nudge there, I wonder, but the advantage is going to accrue to the men of Rochestown. The pass was overhit, and trying to get it out to recover there, but it's the player, despite the best efforts by Sean Andrews, it gets out over the line. Another sideline ball, this time to Hamilton High School from Bandon. They won this championship, well, the equivalent of it, not the cup, but the equivalent with Senior B, when they, back in 1993 I think it was, and they went on to win an All-Ireland on that year, and went up to play Happy Cup for a year or two maybe, and a couple of years ago, as a result of doing really well at underage, they played in the Happy Cup and did quite well for themselves, but decided to regrade, and here they are in another final, hoping to bring Hurling silverware to West Cork. And they're on the run right now, and good hurling by them as they take it forward. Down the field it goes. Still on the drive, and up here the head of is Adam Keneally. Oh, what an absolutely beautiful cut out there. But it only comes as far as their centre half forward, but unfortunately a wide ball, and what a beautiful bit of an interception there by the Rochestown, because there was a real shot on there, a real opportunity for them to get the equalising score, and I think it was Brian O'Neill, the team captain, that they could that be the move. I wonder they would change it. Now it comes as far as Alan Conley, and Conley has an opportunity here of strike it, and a brilliant save, it must be said there, by Owen Walsh. Walsh doing well. As Adam Conley tried to get it back once again, but the referee has spotted that the umpire above is indicating that it's going to be 45, so we'll wait and see where this one will go. Just 1 point between them, 179 points. There was injured earlier on, Conor Russell. What's he like from 65? Well, we're going to tell you in a minute. It's looking good. Is it good enough? I wonder. And the answer, the white flag in the wind and over the bar at goal. The first 65 points in this match. And it comes from Conor Russell. Now, puck out on its way. Next stage, a couple of minutes in this match. To borrow from the golfing parlance, I'd imagine we're at moving time. Both teams trying to establish themselves as two seriously committed sides in a really close encounter. Now, Slither moved forward there, and the player that brought it forward was Paul O'Riordan, trying to get in as far as Conor Russell. Good defending must be said by Tim Cowie. Cowie winning the duel, going back to collect it after knocking it away from him. Can he get it out? He's still moving forward, and he gets it out as far as left back Collins. A shrewdness personified, gets the ball down the field. Oh, what a great catch there, and that is absolutely a wonderful catch from the player wearing the number 6 jersey, Keane McCarthy, the Black Rock man, and that time it's dropped in for a wide ball. That's their 5th, so it's 6 wide to 5, and an injury here now to one of the Hamilton players. I think it's Adam Keneally, a point scorer earlier on, that's down injured. The medical staff will come in to check on his welfare. And earlier on, when we were giving you the players with Hamilton High, the players that didn't stop, we omitted to add in Richard Murphy from Bandon, Jerry Collins, another Donny's player, Ronan O'Connell from Ballyrowan, and Collum O'Donovan from Rochestown. So as we said that the last time they won it back in 1993, and they went on to win the All-Ireland, beating Ballyfin, and that final was played in Clonmel, I think it was. Remember that the winners of today's competition, they go into the All-Ireland series, and whoever comes through there will get an opportunity to play in Croke Park, the Senior B Hurling. Today's winners, there's the Munster winners will play the Leinster winners, and sometimes every second year the Munster winners and runners up go through. As it so happens in the Hattie Cup, both teams go through to the All-Ireland quarter-finals, but in the Senior B Hurling, whoever wins this particular match will play a semi-final on the 9th of March against the Leinster champions. And for another day,
Adam Keneally is in the place, but he's going to step in and no later.
No, thankfully everything is okay. Rochestown are making a change. So a change has been made, and it would appear that maybe Climax is the player that's being asked to take a break for the moment. We'll tell you in a minute who the player that's coming in to the side. I would imagine it might be Sean Harrington that's gone back into the left corner back position. Anyway, we follow the action, the scoreboard. Well, it's as close as you'd expect at this, as you'd want at this stage of the game. And oh, lovely catch over there. This is good hurling right now. Did I speak too soon for Nathan O'Connell, as he was the player who's in that early ball? It got the led to the all-decisive goal, and coming out now it looks like Alan Conley moving forward. Ball being driven forward, game opening up a little bit now, and can Rochestown get a shot inside? I wonder, will they have possession? They may get a score off this one. And that they go, and it's Alan Conley who's got it, and that's a good score by him. Alan Conley getting that one over, and that's going coming in the 13th minute to bring their tally to 1 goal and 11. They now lead by 1 goal and 9, I should say, as they now lead by the goal on it. So it's 1-9 to 9 points. We watch the puck out once again, and here is one back by Sean Brady for Rochestown. Can it be caught by the opposite number 4 above, Bandon? He certainly has handled the sliotar on more than adequate number. Gets it, and he plays a lovely ball inside. You know, there's one on here. Hurling, he has it, and Hurling, can he give the hand pass and go for it? He goes for it over the bar. His top point of the match. He's certainly having so much pressure in this match, and Hurling, he points another one over the bar. It goes, and that brings the Hamilton total to 10 points. It's a 2-point match once again. That score coming in the 14th minute, and Hurling, who's causing all sorts of problems in there. Now, again, the hand put up, but the player sometimes who puts up the hand may not be the ultimate receiver. And coming out with it there, it's Dan O'Shea, and Dan O'Shea is the judge. A little hard enough call, but the rule says 4 steps, and the time taken 4 steps, and the Ray Tor in charge of this one, Tomas Walsh, made his decision. That was it. Now this is a big ask for a man who pointed the 65, Conor Russell. Remember, he's been injured in this game for a while, and now he's asked to take this free, 65 metres out, 3 metres in from the sideline, on a day when the wind is swirling a little bit here in Porcupine. Now it has left his stick, it's heading in the right direction, and I can't get over the bar. The answer is no, and that is their 6th wide of the game. Crucial stage, 15 minutes gone, midway through the second half. I would imagine we'll have 3 or 4 minutes of added on time. We've had 2 injuries in the second half, as I notice a member of 2 of the Garda Síochána gathering over around the supporters to make sure that, well, shall we say that everything remains okay in that department. The hurlers are doing their business on the pitch, and right now Hamilton, lovely crossfield ball there. This is it, as they get it in here, and the shot is coming in, and this time it just tails wide. He'll be disappointed, Eddie Keneally on that one, and that's out for the wide ball. That's their 7th wide, but here is a bit of an interception and running down through here as he was winding up and running in to take it, and that one is gone over the bar, and that is a really good score, and over the bar it goes, and the player in question, I think, was Adam Keneally. Yes, Adam Keneally gets that one, and it's Hamilton have it back once again, but this time it's dropping around the goalpost area, and Adam Keneally brings their tally to 11 points. It's a 1-point match right now. That score coming, as I said, 16 minutes into the second half. No, Rochestown, they have a slight numerical advantage here, but there's a great battle going on between Conor Russell and his direct marker. Russell, he still keeps in play, it's going to go over the line, it will go over the line, and Conor Russell is not too pleased about that, but a man that is pleased that Tim Collum is doing a really good job on fullback, in the fullback position, operating out of there, following his man Conor Russell, and he'll be pleased that he was responsible for Conor being forced to put that one over the line ball. And this sideline cut taken by the man wearing the proud Rochestown shorts, and that is none other than old Collins. Here again we have it, and we're nearly moving to 20 cuts in the match. Ref blowing the whistle, I think he's going to throw it in between the player from either side, and he says, let's you go over there, and I'll put it between the 2 of you. That he does, and remember that we're going to have here in this pitch 2 further matches. The Happy Cup final at 2 o'clock, and then at 7:15 it's going to be Cork and Clare. If you like, the first round of the Munster section of the Alliance Division 1. Bit of handling here by one of the Hamilton High players. The referee was quite emphatic about that, and that means that the free ends, so Conor Russell will be posted out to take this one. Changes being made over there by the Hamilton team management, and the management today have made another team Rochestown and Collum Crowley, who's one of the GDAs here in Cork. Now, change of free taker. Ben Donegan, I don't know what happened here. Ben Donegan, the corner back from Hamilton, is on the ground. Now, the ref didn't see anything, and I don't think anything major happened. No. The ref is not going to be free to take him for the moment, and he's telling Ben Donegan to get up. Not too sure how that particular injury will happen to Ben, but anyway, we'll wait and see what's going to happen here from this free. It's nicely struck, and what a wonderful strike it is too, by none other than Alan Connolly. He's got a good point, Alan Connolly, and he's got a few them today as Alan Connolly has knocked that one over the bar to make it a 2-point match once again. It's now a change to 11 points, and that's coming. A change made on the Rochestown team.
On the top team, Dark and Rose, into the base, back to the 17.
So a change has been made. I think it's number 17 coming in, and that's Alan O'Hare coming in to the side, and another change now where I think they will bring in Ray O'Halloran. Ray O'Halloran, and the player that go off in this game is going to be Adam Hennessy. Sean Andrews, they are being replaced, so change has been made. We're at that stage of the game where, to use the phrase from another code, we're at the stage where the finishers may be the guys who will decide this one. 49 minutes gone in the Tom Collum Cup final, the Munster Post Primary School Senior B final. It's batted down. We're going to get on the end of the batting up, and Hamilton have more of the bodies, and they were about to line that one up, but they can't win it back again. And certainly Adam Kennedy, I mean, a big influence in the match right now. Adam Kennedy is fouled there, and the Valley Rovers player has won that free. Now he's expecting a lot of Keane McCarthy to come out to take his beyond 65. The Oliver Plunkett player, and it's a move forward there, and that's a little bit of beautiful move, it must be said, by Dan Nudd. Well, Dan thought he got away with it, but the linesman here was keeping a vigilant eye on proceedings. So now it's going to be taken by Mark Hickey, who pointed 2 frees in the opening half. So the Kilbritton player is this within his compass. It's a long distance out, 66.5 metres. It has left his stick. It's going the right direction. Can you see it over the ball? I wonder. Into the hands of the cool ball. There's no one, Jack McCarthy. And Jack McCarthy will eventually, will he get it out? I wonder. He's been put under serious pressure here now. As he gets the ball out the field, he's out. Will then he go in town, I wonder, as the Christian Brothers boys arrive for the Half Cup final. As we watch the action here. And Rochestown College win it back once again. Now, it's taken in the hand there. A lovely hand pass to take. It was Pierce O'Halloran. He gives it as far as Stephen Finton in as far as Ray O'Halloran, and Ray O'Halloran, I think it is, that's moving forward, and O'Halloran, can he strike it? And for a wide ball, he'll be just tad disappointed about that one. It's 7 wides for Rochestown College, it's 7 wides from Hammies, and the short puck out is taken, and the player that's going to get rid over there is Tim Collum. We're at the stage of the match, 1-10 to 11 points, 2 between them. Tim is on his way out, giving it to his right half back, Darragh O'Shea. Darragh O'Shea moves it forward, further now inside, with a little bit of a push there, I wonder. Not a call it to the right tour, nearer to it than we were, and Rochestown trying to work it out, and certainly there's very few players here, man down there. And the referee, I don't know whether he's going to take action about this, but Eddie Kennedy was the player that got the clattering on that occasion. And the ref is going to have a word with the Rochestown centre half back. I think it's Keane McCarthy, the Hamilton High centre back, received a yellow card earlier on, where this is going to be the second yellow of the match. I think it is. So, and the medical personnel coming in to check as we come down the home straight in the Munster Senior B Hurling final. It's there for the winning and there for the losing. 1-10 to St Francis College, Rochestown, on the southern suburbs of Cork City, and at the western gateway, Hamilton High School from Bandon are just 2 points adrift. Can they win this championship for the second time in their history for Rochestown? From what I could gather, it would be their first. A school that has undergone a metamorphic change in the last 10 to 15 years in terms of their fortunes in the fields of Gaelic games, and should I say other sports as well. Luckily, Eddie Keneally's okay. And the free taker steps up to the plate, and that's Mark Hickey. Can he get it over the bar? And Mark Hickey has found the target. So here's what they're telling now to 12 points. Just one trip between them as Mark Hickey found the target. And that's goal coming well in the 23rd minute, so it's down to 1. You get the impression are improving all the time. A bit of an interception there, good interception must be said by Nathan O'Connell, but Hamilton have it back and showing tremendous grit as they get the sliotar, but only into the hands there of Ray O'Halloran, one of the substitutes, and who's made a difference since he came into this side. Now the race going on here, referee said everything is okay, Hamilton work it out, and it's Sean Sexton that has it out for them. Sexton giving the ball to Darragh O'Shea, the far side of the field. Darragh O'Shea give it to clubmate Eddie Keneally. Eddie Keneally then delivering inside now, where it's taken by Mark Hickey, who's gone into the corner. Mark Hickey tried to line that one up, but as he was lining it up, Cian McCarthy got at the end of it. Now McCarthy trying to work it out for Rochestown, a point between the sides. It couldn't be closer. 6 minutes remaining, plus 4 or 5 minutes of whatever added time we have as we look at the watch. It's 10 past 1. And remember, at 2 o'clock it's going to be the Hartley Cup final, but for the moment all the focus on these two schools contesting the B decider. Now this is the 3rd injury of the second half, and as I said, this is going to add considerably to the time added on here, but when play will resume, the player going over there looking, seeking attention, Dylan Murphy, he certainly will be a loss to Rochestown. This free to be taken by Cian McCarthy, dropping it into the danger area, and an overhead pull, and just barely outside. It was a beautiful, beautiful overhead pull there, and just dropped wide. So that is the 8th wide for St. Francis College from Rochestown. Oh, look here, Owen Walsh getting ready to strike this one, and he's been really good at picking out players all throughout the game, and I'm sure he's going to continue that practice right now as Owen Walsh gets ready.
St. Francis College substitution, number 3, Dylan Murphy, is in the base by the door, Kevin McSweeney.
So Kevin McSweeney seems to be back on for Rochestown instead of Dylan Murphy, going to go off there because of an injury a couple of minutes ago. So Dylan Murphy back on. Now, we're 5 minutes remaining in this match. What a great catch by Cian McCarthy, and McCarthy then delivered over there to the far side of the field, hoping maybe that Paul O'Riordan can get on the end of it, but not because of great defending was be said by Tim Cowie, and O'Riordan and Cowie fighting for possession, but going back there together, and Hamilton clear their lines once again, poking forward, and they move it with good style and good panache, and the ball is up now here, the sliotar low on the ground, it's taken out once again under a foul there, and the counter towards Joe O'Connell has it from Douglas, and Joe O'Connell, he moves it quickly now as far as Ray O'Halloran, and Ray O'Halloran has handled the sliotar in several occasions, dropping around the goal mouth area, and there was just a little bit of an error there for 1 second, but it's recovered back, and we watch what's going to happen here. It's gone out for a 45 after all of 65, my apologies. Reaching a 45 on a day of some free hurling here on these sides, nearly a 7 itself. Now, an injury to here to one of the Rochestown players, and that is none other than Cian McCarthy. And Cian McCarthy and Tim Cowie got battling it out for, well, certainly defenders man of the match, if not overall man of the match situations. And Cian McCarthy cramping, I'm going to say a cramp injury caused by excess lactic acid in the arteries and veins, and he certainly has put in one monumental shift for his school in Rochestown. Now the 65 on this occasion, and just a little bit surprised that maybe they didn't bring out Conor Russell. He has pointed the only 65 in the match, but the player taking this one has been seriously efficient at taking frees as well, so we'll watch where this one will go, and it is left his stick. I wonder, can we get an indication for a white flag? We can, and it's a point there from Alan Conley. It's another one for him. It's been a good day from the sharpshooter as Alan Conley has found the target. He's pushed the margin out to 2 once again, 111 to 12 points. Great possession here, won by Bandon from Hamilton. Right underneath us, when he comes as far as Keane McCarthy. McCarthy moving forward from a place called Ahiol, Oliver Plunkett's country. And now we watch where does it get? Hamilton are moving on, and the race going on here. Brian O'Neill, the team captain, but it goes out, and that is the 8th wide. They're levelling wides. There's just 2 between them on the scoreboard. That early goal coming from Paul O'Riordan is really the main statistic.
Additional time.
We checked on how many minutes of additional time, and it won't surprise me. I didn't see this, but I should have seen it from up. But anyway, there it is, and I would say we've got at least 6 minutes of extra time in this one. Now, the action continues, 2 points between the sides. Rochestown holding on to that slender 2-point lead as a Hurling replaced Mitchelstown CBS, who won this championship last year and progressed on to the All-Ireland Series. Now the Slither worked out the field and is taken over there by Darragh O'Shea. Darragh O'Shea being put under pressure, but it comes as far as Owen Collins. A lovely ball by Collins into the inside line, where it's taken superbly by Mark Hickey, and Mark Hickey's effort is blocked down. This is good defending. It's good hurling, good attacking, good defending, and it comes back as far as Adam Keneally. Keneally drives it in around the goal mouth area, and it goes into the side netting. So it will go down as a wide, the 9th wide of the game. This game couldn't be closer, and there are players, just to give you an idea of the energy that is being spent by both sets of players, that we have at this moment in time 2 Rochestown players are being treated for injury, so they're down to 13 in terms of they're on the field, but they're not operating functional players right now. One of them has arisen, and with the Hurley, the Slither is one a scrum situation, and how he got out of that I don't know, but it's Conley going forward, and Conley's hand is held there, and he absolutely punches the air, and he knows now that that is a vital it's free to be won by him. And I notice now I can explain why I think that Conor Russell didn't take that last free. Well, first of all, my apologies to Alan Conley. He is well capable of taking it, but Conor is obviously suffering a little bit from an injury he sustained earlier on. So Conley now has an opportunity of putting this one over the bar, and that he does. It's another one for Alan Conley to bring the bar to now to 3 points. It's 1-12 to 12 points in the match. We watch the puck out over there. Who's going to win it? And it's close to silent. It's a Hamilton line ball. They trail by a goal as we come to the first of the number of minutes of injury time to be added on, and won't surprise me if this game goes on and on for a while. Now, it's Keane McCarthy driving it forward. Underneath there, it's blocked down and taken out, and the player that takes out, Joe O'Connell, landing up the field. And then pushing the back there, another call to the right tour, and Jonathan Keneally has it. Jonathan Keneally give it to Owen Collins. Owen Collins, a lovely crossfield ball over there, and it's taken superbly, and away they go right now. The player that has it is Dan O'Donovan, got a great point. He's fouled. Point in the first half, he's fouled, and a free in to bring it back to 2. Now to take this one is a Mark Hickey, who's already on 3 points of this match, and the wise thing would be to put it over the bar, and that's what he does. So Mark Hickey's got his 4th, it's a 2-point match, and it's 13 point to Hamilton High School, 1 goal and 12.
Number 9.
And change when Nathan O'Connell is forced to come off the Rochestown team, and certainly injuries now could be a decisive factor. O'Connell coming off, and he put in, as I said, like all of them out there, commentable ships during this particular interesting and entertaining game of hurling. Now, we're going to get on the end of it here. Good defending by Hamilton High as Rochestown try to come forward for another score here. But it's one back, and the player that has it is Sean Sexton, good play by Sexton, as he tries to get the player out, and he's getting a chop there and a free from his own, well, between his own 45 and 65. Coming forward to take it is Keane McCarthy. I'd imagine he'd pour it in towards the goal mouth area. What a goal would do for Hamilton at this stage of the match, and well, what it wouldn't do for Rochestown should be mentioned as well. It's batted out momentarily and into the hands of the injured player that is Keane McCarthy. The other Keane, Black Keane if you like, wearing the black jersey, as the ball is coming, the Slither comes here, and Rochestown and Owen McSweeney, who's had a real massive game of hurling for Hamilton High. He gives it to Keane McCarthy, likewise, and McCarthy from Ahiol in Westcork is moving forward, and lovely skin by him. So the dummy, and then the hand pass where it was taken inside now, and it's somebody that has it, and a lovely crossfield ball here. We'll see can they get in the end of it, and Rochestown have bodies back, but Hamilton are driving forward, and it's struck inside here where the player that has it now lets rip inside and comes off the goalkeeper. He gets it out momentarily, and he is grounded under the free out, and that was an absolutely powerful bit of defending and an equally powerful bit of attacking by Hamilton High School. But the Rochestown defence, Paul Ferrum, and their goalkeeper, that is Jack McCarthy from the famed St. Finbarr's Club, was equal to the challenge. Another man in the deck. We are 3 minutes into the 6th of added, and there are simply 2 points between the sides. The most dangerous of all leads, I tell you. Maybe if you wouldn't have it, you wouldn't look at it like that. Hamilton went it back with Darragh O'Shea. Darragh O'Shea goes to ground, but not before he took up the shovel as far as Adam Keneally. And Adam Keneally dove into the corner here, and there's a race going on here with it, and who's going to bring it out? I wonder. It looks like Sean Harrington, and Sean Harrington gives it to Stephen Fenton. The Southeast clubs combining, and they're really looking into the corner where Alan O'Hare has it, and Alan O'Hare moving forward as O'Hare moves in, an absolutely powerful footballer as well, and Alan O'Hare strikes it, and does he get it over the bar? He does it. A wonderful score. I wonder if the forward or the foot talking about around as Alan O'Hare gets a great point, and he makes it a 3-point match. 1 goal and 13 to 13 points. Now we watch here what's going to happen. The Slithers won back, and this with Conor Russell. Conor Russell from the Rochestown team. He walks it up, but it's come as far as Ben Donegan, the team captain. It's launched forward. Ben lands it down on top of his in full forward line. He needs them to get a score inside, and the player only out to get it is Owen McSweeney. McSweeney from the Bandon club. Out to the 20-metre line, a lovely crossfield ball here where it could be taken by Bill Murphy from the Dawneys, and Bill Murphy strikes it from distance out the field. It's over the bar. It's Bill's turn. And he brings it down for a 2-point match as Bill Murphy gets a good point for Hamilton, and they now just trailed by 2. They've got 14 points. We are in added time, and we're in the 5th minute of that, as that score came in the 5th minute. We watch the action as the puck will come from the Rochestown goalkeeper, Jack McCarthy. He lets it out the field. It's broken in. It's Ben Donegan trying to get at the end of it. Ben Donegan, and he's trying to get it back, but he doesn't have to. He does, and Donegan gets it once again. What a match he's had. But Rochestown have possession of this man as well, Stephen Fenton, and Fenton from Ballygavan walking the ball up the field. A great race going on here, and who's going to get on the end of it? It could be Cowie. It is Cowie. Tim Cowie has it. This team trailing by 2 points in the Munster final, and O'Hare comes forward and gathers it. O'Hare, who got a great point to come a minute ago, and Alan O'Hare out by the sideline, a crossfield ball here, hoping that something will come in it. And I wonder, and it breaks out, and Hamilton have it back once again. What an exciting finish to a match. 13 to 14 points. They rise in the middle of the park in Porky Ring, ash and hands, and it comes into the waiting pause of none other than Dan O'Donovan. Dan O'Donovan gives it to Bill Murphy, and Bill Murphy is grounded 65 metres out in his own goal, and I would imagine that the free is going to be taken by Keane McCarthy. There are 2 Keanes on this pitch right now, but maybe Bill himself will take it. Keane McCarthy has moved up, and the indication from the side is dropping in around the goal area. There's a minute remaining in it, and the ball is dropping around the goal. We watch a shot, and it's gone over a wide ball, and is that it? I wonder, are Rochestown going to have a memorable day in terms of being Munster be Hurling champions, or will it be Hamilton that will come from this? 2 points between the sides, and we're in the 66th minute, and the referee looks at the watch. Is it the last action it is? And what a performance by both these teams. They deserve incredible credit, and Hamilton fall to the ground. They're crestfallen, they're heartbroken, but they can be immensely proud of their performance and what they have done in terms of the promotion of Gaelic games, and that's going to West Cork. But the day belongs to a wonderful school in Rochestown College. They came here, and they're a dual operating school, and of course that goal early on, and I called incorrectly by giving it to Alan Conley. I'd say if they gave it to Pope, they wouldn't be too worried about it, but it's been a wonderful day for them, and of course a wonderful day for the backroom staff of Alan Callaghan, Paul O'Reilly, Mark Dolan, the mighty Humphrey Canty, who would know some of these players from Rochestown, and Diarmaid Fahy, who operates out around Courcey Rovers country. So all that remains now is for the team captain, Brian O'Neill from the Douglas Club, to come forward to accept the Tom Collum Cup. What a game, what a result, and a great day for Rochestown.
Cork, to be here today with 4 Cork teams involved in the finals. Great testimony to the work being done as underage throughout the county. We had a superb final here at the Tom Collum Cup. The cup called after a man who did an awful lot of work to, I suppose, put the structures in place for Munster Plus primary schools. A great game to them, added greatly to the occasion, so well done lads. But I suppose like sport can be cruel and can be very kind, so it's cruel on Bandon today, but where there's a loser, there's a winner, and in fairness to Brian O'Neill and his team from Rochestown, and their teachers, the management of the school and all the rest, who put in a huge amount of effort and work to make sure that hurling is played at a high level, and I suppose today it is the turnaround